in the case of like detransitioners, for example, you can just go online and you can listen to their stories, and they're horrible. You know, they're people who got convinced by healthcare workers or online spaces to be misdiagnosed as something that they weren't, which was trans, and in a lot of cases undertake permanent life-altering treatments, whether it's hormonal or even surgical, and then they decide that they wish they hadn't done it. It's just as harrowing to hear, you know, stories of people who have gender dysphoria who can't get treatment because they're afraid of their parents or their culture, or because the medical profession is biased against them. And as journalists, I feel like our responsibility should be to tell interesting, meaningful, important stories that are true, provide all that information to the public, and ultimately leave it to like activists and the public to decide where they stand. If, you know, I mean, there's certainly no shortage of pro-trans articles in the liberal press. You can pick up the Huffington Post or BuzzFeed or the New York Times, any of them, any week, and you're going to find articles about the difficulties that trans people face. I doubt that there were very many people who even knew that there was such a thing as detransitioners before Jesse's article or Katie Herzog's article in The Stranger or the 60 Minutes article. So I think that a lot of this does come from what we expect journalism to be. And a lot of times there is this expectation. Bree's example of what happened to Li Fong is a perfect example, where journalists are viewed as having done something wrong if they surface information that can impede a political goal that people think is important. It's one of the reasons why people were so angry at me for denying Russiagate, because they viewed it as an important weapon to use against Trump and the Republicans. And it looked as though I was serving the right, which was the kind of framing of Nathan's article, serving the right wing. As journalists, we are going to sometimes serve the right wing, even if we're not on the right. We're going to do that if liberals say something that's false and we say so.